This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAT.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Can you say three-peat? Union Scotties, WPIAL champions.
The New Shenango Lancers are PIAA Class 2A state champions once again.
Swing and a miss. The Union Scotties. It's double gold for the County of Champions.
Wilmington, your District 10 1A champ.
Makes the catch. That will do it. Mohawk, back to back. Go celebrate.
The top local athletes and the top sports moments all featured here, live or archived at lcsportsnet.com.
There he is. Left corner for three. He's the now all-time leading scorer.
Palmer McCain makes the catch. Somehow the adjustment, and he is going to take it to the house.
Francis Monitis works through Rinson. Has a chance. Score! Off
the tip of the glove of the first baseman, Benedict. Actually recovered. And did they get her? They did!
Oh, he has wide open. Gabe McKnight gets the touchdown.
Featuring over 100 broadcasts of county events in over a dozen sports. Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
Live from Bill McNeese Gymnasium at Shenango High School for WPIAL Class 2A Section 4 action here at the Lawrence County SportsNet powered by LCAP. The Shenango Wildcats hosting the Laurel Spartans. Both teams coming in at 5-4 in section play. The Spartans 10-6 overall. Shenango at 11-4 on the season. Tonight's broadcast at LC Sports Net and on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. It's brought to you by MVP Insurance, by UPMC Orthopedic Care, by Maley Chiropractic, by Castle Asphalt, by The Red Zone, Nick's Auto Body, Medore Bonner Law, Parada Jones McCree, Door and Concrete, Gem Builders Incorporated, Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly and George, the Newcastle Transit Authority, Ponch's Insurance, the Crane Room Grill, Works in Progress Paint Services, Sims Cafe, the City Rescue Mission, the Tri-County Principals Association, the Laurel and Shenango Teachers Association, Something for Your Wall Photography, and the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. With Eric Thomas alongside, I'm James Dotson for the rematch, Game 2 of the season between the Spartans and the Wildcats, and a fantastic game it was at Laurel back in late December. A buzzer beater from Anthony Zaccardi, his only bucket of the game in the waning seconds, giving Laurel the 43-41 victory in that contest. Eric Thomas, both coaches very quick to say, hey, that one's out of the way. We didn't even look at the film really of how that game came to a dramatic, crazy end. They're ready to play ball, and third place in the section pretty much guaranteed to the winner here tonight, more or less. And with that as well, whoever wins this game has the chance of potentially hosting a playoff game. So big parts on board in terms of what's at stake here tonight.
Well, I think every game the rest of the way, James, is big for both these teams. Number one, you throw that game out because these two teams have kind of gone in opposite directions since then. Laurel needs to find a way to win a game because they've lost 4 or 5, and Shenango had a 5-game winning streak that was snapped the other night against the Shannock. So they're trying to get the rebound back. They played a really tight game against the Shannock. They kept it close. They were good defensively. They rebounded the ball pretty well. Not great, but well enough to limit some of the Shannock possessions. But this Laurel team just needs to find a way to win a basketball game. And, we can say all we want about, well, this is pretty much going to wrap up 3rd or 4th place. And when you look at the standings, the top 5 teams in the section seem like they're set, but you just don't want to leave it up to chance. If you have an opportunity to, push Southside out of the way to secure a spot, make sure you do it because there are way too many big games coming up the next 2 weeks to decide this whole thing.
Yeah, there's a look at your Creative Ed standings there in the Shannock. A half game ahead of Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, those two splitting their season series. But yeah, Laurel, especially with a win tonight, also having the head-to-head advantage against Shenango and splitting against Union already this year. They would be in the driver's seat. Same way the other way. Shenango still has Union on tap next week, but they would then be in control for at least 3rd place. And again, still a shot to maybe sneak their way into the top 2 down the stretch as well. Let's talk about that Laurel Spartans team, though, as you were just alluding to. Need to win a game. That 7-0 run in the final minute against Neshannock going against them. They lose that game by 1. They lose by 2 to Riverside the next day. More on that one in a moment. You get the big win against Western Beaver, but then a close loss against Union. They were missing some bodies due to injury and due to illness. And then losing against Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, who they're certainly finding their way, are the Chargers here in the second half of the season. Those close games that they were winning early on have not gone their way. They're back to, Coach didn't say full health, but about as close to full health as you ever are at this point in the season. So feeling confident they can hopefully get back to Laurel Spartan basketball.
And good for them that they won some of those games early in the year, because if they were in the situation that they're in now and didn't have those wins early in the year, they'd be fighting for their playoff life right now. So they're fortunate that they got those wins early. And I do think that this team has a good offensive punch. You know, the other night, though, Lucas Santini, a non-factor in their game the other night, so he's going to have to give them something off the bench or something in the lineup. And then they're going to switch their starting lineup around. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But, you know, you need your top scorers like Mason Ernst and Tyrone Kunselman. They've got to give you consistent scoring. You need a third option, yes, but I think this Laurel team can get by with what they have. If those two are scoring, the other three can fill in the pieces around them. They've got to play better defense. Things just kind of have to go their way. We understand that. But they also have to go and start taking games again like they were early in the season. If they can find a good enough punch offensively here tonight, this Shenango team is a little wounded after that game on Tuesday night. Maybe they can pick them off here tonight on the road.
You mentioned Santini did not play as well in that Union game. Neither did Anthony Zaccardi, who suffered a concussion in the game against Riverside, was missing in action for a couple of games. He was back last game. He's actually going to be in the starting lineup tonight, kind of fitting as well. Again, he had the game-winning bucket, his only bucket of the game, in that 43-41 victory against Shenango. Let's flip the script and talk about Coach Ches and his Shenango Wildcats. The young team, he said it flat out, you're not freshmen and sophomores anymore. We gotta be able to finish the games. 4 losses on the year, 3 of them have come by single digits. They've won a couple of close games too, but they need to find a way. You said consistency scoring-wise for Laurel. You got to say the exact same thing for Shenango.
Yeah, you certainly do. And Tegan Russo has been a great scorer for this team. We all know what he's done. The 40-point game a week ago, 30-point games 3 times this season. Again, though, the other night against Neshannock looked almost a little trigger-happy or trigger-shy against the Lancers. Only scored 8 points, got all of them in the third quarter. Yes, they needed him at that point to stay in that game, but I just wonder how different that game might have been the way it played out if he was able to give them anything. He had a little bit of foul trouble early in the game. Important for him to stay on the floor. They did get a lot of help the other night in that game off the bench from Jackson Webster, and Jason Williams played pretty well too, but Webster hitting the 4 threes, he kind of came into his own. And remember, the last time these two teams met at Laurel, yes, Zaccardi hit the shot with 1 second to go. Webster had a chance to win it himself because he got a shot off with 1 second to go the other way. So he is a guy that has just kind of been getting better and better and better as the season's gone on, and we saw maybe his best game on Tuesday night against Neshannock. If they get that kind of contribution off the bench tonight, they're going to be able to bounce back against this Laurel team.
Yeah, when you look at Russo, McConnell as the 2 top scorers, 14 points for McConnell per game. Russo just shy of 20 points per game. You know that those are going to be your top 2 options. It's can you get that consistent third option? And I think Webster kind of had that coming out party when he needed to. If you can do that as the third option, that's just another threat because Coach Locke was straight up to admit it. Russo didn't shoot the ball very well against Laurel the first time. Only had 9 points. He was left alone for a couple of open shots, and Webster, as you mentioned, wide open for the potential game winner. The shots just didn't fall. Now you're playing in your home gym at McNeese Gymnasium here tonight if you're Shenango. You expect a couple more of those shots to fall here tonight. Laurel's got to do a better job defensively. Shenango really, if they play the same style of game that they did the first time, just knock down some shots, they could be all right.
Yeah, they could be. And, when you're talking from Coach Ches about this team not being freshmen and sophomores anymore, what he wants to see from these younger guys, he doesn't want to see them just shoot the ball. He wants to see them go and take it. He wants to see them be aggressive. He wants to see them, maybe they have to shoot 20 times and make 8 of them, but make the 8 the most important ones that they make. That's what he wants out of this team. That's how you grow, is you show kind of like that aggressive streak in you where you're not going to be defeated. And while his team played pretty well on Tuesday night, they didn't really have that. They were kind of waiting for Neshannock to fall apart and then try to take advantage of it, and they couldn't do it. They had to get Jackson Webster his shots. McConnell had a tough game against Neshannock the other night, and we mentioned Russo and his inability to get going there because of fouls and just missing some shots. But this team needs to, if they're going to grow up, he's got to see a streak in them in which they go and win games, not just let it kind of fall to him.
About 5 minutes away from opening tip, so we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll have our keys to the game, your starting lineups, and the opening tip-off here from McNeese Gymnasium. Spartans, Wildcats, when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
Hey, Mom, do you need a ride to the store today?
Oh, no thanks, hon. I got it covered. Mike's taking me.
Okay, well, you have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, right? I can take you to that.
No, I got it covered too. Mike's taking me.
Mike?
Yes, Mike's my Axe driver. Picks me up right at my door and even helps carry my groceries. It's so convenient to schedule and ride with Axe. Wish I would have called him sooner.
Okay, Mom. Sounds like you got it covered.
I have an apple pie ready to eat. How about you help me with that?
Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
Like in sports, it takes a great team to protect you, your family, and your business. MVP Insurance is that team. From home and auto to life and commercial insurance, you can count on us for coverage that adapts to your needs.
We're committed to excellence for our clients' experience and in serving our community.
It's a winning combination.
MVP Insurance. Don't get left on the sidelines. Log on to mvpins.com or call today to get your free quote.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
This is your Castle Asphalt pregame show. They provide commercial and residential paving, commercial site work, and commercial line striping. www.castleasphalt.com. Real quick, let's take a look at our keys to the game. The advantages with our LGKG keys to the game. Shenango, it's all about the ball pressure. They have a significant disadvantage in the size, Eric, and you know more as anybody. If you have ball pressure with the guards, you can't even allow the ball to be able to get into the post. That's a big key for them, and obviously rebound. That goes without saying. For Laurel, we'll talk about that in a minute, but keeping the defense in front is going to be their biggest key, staying front defensively as we pause for our national anthem. There's your national anthem here from Shenango High School. Again, for those keys to the game for Laurel real quick, they got to knock down shots. If they knock down shots, Coach Locke says they feel like they're okay. But defensively, again, keeping in front, bigger lineup, you can get the rebounds. You expect the rebounds, but you got to be able to stay in front defensively and not let them drive to the hoop. That's what Coach Locke is saying, which, again, makes sense when you have a bigger lineup.
Yeah, I actually expect rebounding to be the focal point for Shenango.
Right.
And that's simply because, again, on Tuesday night, they were good. They were not good enough, though. And they got beaten on the glass a handful of times. And that's not an Neshannock team that has the Tony Parada size from a season ago. So they match up pretty well with them, and they got handled pretty easily on the glass. I think that's actually got to be a focal point for them tonight. Get some second chance opportunities and hope that they can really do a better job overall rebounding so this team they need to get more opportunities for their offense. If you're Shenango, yeah, you're right, it does start with defense for them as well. Their guards are going to have to get a lot of pressure, stop ball, force turnovers. I think this is going to be a pretty tight game. At least I sense that it's going to be a pretty tight game. Again, you got a team really in need of a win in Laurel that's trying to piece it together health-wise against a team that's coming off a 5-game win streak and a tough setback the other night. Had they upset Neshannock, we might be talking about them making a run for the #1 spot in the section when all's said and done, because they've got opportunities in front of them against Olshiek too. So this is a big game for both teams. I expect it to be very tight, and I expect those extra possessions and the turnovers to be a big factor.
Scott Brubaker giving us a little eye in the sky for the starting lineups tonight for Shenango. Again, it's Garcheski, McConnell, Russo, Emmerich, and Budai. And for the Laurel Spartans, Kunselman, Zaccardi, Santini, Sipe, and Ernst. A blackout for the Shenango student section. It's going to be a whiteout here in about 48 hours in Western Pennsylvania. Will the white jerseys of the Cats get the big home victory to split the season, or will it be a sweep for the Spartans? We'll find out in 32 minutes game time as the Spartans will control the opening possession.
Straight man off the tip. You expect this. I don't think Shenango's going to throw much zone at him. Not expecting Laurel to hit a plethora of threes that force Shenango out of man, so they're going to have to be very tight.
Santini guarded close to the top of the key. Good pressure defense already 25 seconds on this opening possession. As Zaccardi getting the start today, he swings it over to Ernst, running the motion offense. Ernst, 15 points a game, had a 20-plus performance against Neshannock. One of his top scoring efforts in his career. Top of the key, Kunselman fires, back iron, no good. Long rebound in the corner, saving it out of bounds. Originally was Santini, but then Zaccardi cannot keep it in play.
It's a good effort off the bat, good ball movement, and a good shot selection there by Kunselman, trying to open up the floodgates a little early, but I don't sense that Laurel is going to hammer the three as much as they maybe would like to. This team does have 78 of them, but that's actually, if you look at some of the better teams that we have in the county, that's among some of the lower totals at 78, believe it or not.
Well, let's look at that guy right there, because that's his 52nd alone. A three for number 3, Tegan Russo. That's actually already his 98th of his young career.
That's what I'm talking about. He's got 52, and Laurel's a team is 78. So they're not going to shoot the three much. That's why the man defense is going to be important, and that's why the ball pressure is going to be extremely important tonight.
Well, especially to keep Laurel out of the lane more than anything, as that spin shot from Sipe is no good, but Zaccardi put-back attempt blocked away. Third chance, Kunselman comes in with the left hand and gets it to go. Cuts the lead down 3-1 here in the early going. Second and third chance efforts. You see the rebounds becoming an early issue on the offensive glass. Now a steal going the other way, and another block from Caleb McConnell.
That's just excellent recovery as you take a look at the LCAP replay. McConnell was able to get back down the floor relatively easily and set up right there near the block. Good reach and the good block.
Yeah, good job of staying vertical and avoiding the body contact to get that swat. That's a freshman swatting the way against the senior Kunselman and giving up probably about 4 or 5 inches of height as well. Laurel still in possession, only the third possession for them in the game. As Santini tries to drive, great defense there from Budai. Kunselman able to slash that one down. So 5 early points for Tyrone Kunselman. The senior heating up early. He's a big key to this offense for Laurel.
No, he certainly is one of the leading scorers in this team, one of the better shooters on this team.
Nice curl cut to get it down low to McConnell. Gets caught under the hoop. Good defensive pressure from Zaccardi, but McConnell still fighting. Gets himself an offensive rebound. Russo, splash down.
Yeah, you're seeing a little bit more of an aggressive streak out of him early tonight. That was missing on Tuesday. He got a little, again, shy. Santini got away with a travel the last trip down the floor. They got him that time.
Yeah, went up in the air, didn't know where to pass it, and came down before he was able to release it. Those two you just mentioned, though, Santini and Russo, both came in 97 career three-pointers. If we thought anybody would hit their 100th career three tonight, thought it would be the sophomore, not the senior. He's now just one away. Right to his favorite spot. Thought he might try to chuck one up there, but he does draw the foul.
He's just a guy that continues to work on his game in the weight room, in the gym, trying to get that tireless work ethic that we see. Small school, it's sort of tough to concentrate on one sport because with the male enrollment and the student body not that large, you don't have many options to get depth in sports.
Budai shot altered by Gilmore, who just entered the lineup.
But he tries to focus as hard as he can on basketball. He thinks that's going to be his number one.
Beautiful bounce pass, great cut as well for Zaccardi on the reverse layup, and I think we're going to get a delay of game warning as it was swatted away after the play by Laurel. But the bucket is good. Laurel back in the lead. So Zaccardi, who had the putback game winner, gets a nifty reverse layup there to give the Spartans the advantage again. And that one a little too hot to handle. Thrown out of bounds. Possession back over to Laurel here in the early going. Other games going on tonight in the county. In Class 2A, Union traveling to Olsh, Neshannock traveling to Rochester, and Southside against Western Beaver. Class 6A, Newcastle, only undefeated team remaining in the county. They're traveling to Butler tonight. Elwood City's at New Brighton. Mohawk's off tonight. Most of the Warriors in the crowd here watching this one tonight, and they're watching Ernst get the putback lay-in.
That's tough. Ernst kind of had that fall in his hands, a lot of contact.
Left alone, Jason Williams, but he misses the bunny. Great opportunity for Shenango. McConnell nearly gets a steal. It's deflected back into the backcourt, and now it is going to be over and back as Laurel had regained possession after the tip. It was the last to touch it before it went back across the half-court line.
Emmerich kind of took a tough angle to swipe that, so he wasn't able to get after the ball when he poked it from behind. He thought maybe somebody was behind him to pitch it down the court to him for an easy layup. But again, manufacture trips, manufacture possessions.
Being just a piece of that one was Ernst blocking away from Webster. Shenango will go about 8 or 9 deep. Laurel about 7 or 8 deep usually over the course of this season.
Now Laurel is crushing Shenango on the glass right now. That is not a good start rebounding-wise.
Santini short on that shot. Rebound there by Williams. 3-point edge for Laurel. Midway through the opening quarter. Russo with a pair of three-pointers, the only points on the board for Shenango as that's poked out of bounds into the Spartan bench. We'll see Tyler Stewart enter the lineup for the first time. And Adam Kuth also in, so Laurel looking to go deeper into their bench. But you can just see that height advantage, and it's shown on the stat sheet early on as well, Eric.
Yeah, the rebounds are a big disadvantage right now for Laurel and or for Shenango. Laurel is just absolutely owning the glass early on. Not shooting the ball well, but they're rebounding it very effectively early.
You also got to remember you have a guy by the name of Tyler Fuchs available to potentially come off the bench as more size for this Spartans team as Russo hesitates, getting in the lane. Euro step, wild shot, couldn't get it to go, and a strong rebound for Gilmore.
Yeah, but I like that aggressiveness at going to the bucket for the young fellow.
Zaccardi, I think, got away with steps once, maybe twice, maybe thrice now in the possession before it's finally poked away. Nifty hands there from Emmerich. Williams gets it over to Russo. He thought about the step back, but he's got a defender right in his face. Good defense by Kuth. McConnell, drive, draw, dish, Budai too strong. Good rebound. Williams tiptoeing on the baseline and then blocked away on the shot down low. It will stay with Shenango. Refs letting them play early.
And just 2 made field goals here for Shenango early on. And they got Jackson Webster in the game now to try to get them something off the bench shooting-wise, because they are struggling right now shooting the basketball.
Kunzelman poked that one away from behind. Physical start to the game in the first 6 minutes of play. Who does that favor, Eric?
Well, I think it favors Laurel a little bit. That's just more of an experience thing.
Drive and dish to the corner. Kuth off the mark. Williams had the rebound, and then that's it was ripped away from him by his teammate. Odd man rush, and McConnell not on the same page with Webster. And another turnover. Send it back over to the Spartans.
I just feel like if this is going to be at the pace that it's at, I know the game on Tuesday with Shenango was low scoring, but if this is going to be at this style of pace, this style, more importantly, it definitely favors Laurel, more physical.
And there you're going to get a reach in against Rance Emmerich for his team's first. First time they played was a 43-41 game out in Spartan country. And the way the first Laurel possession went, taking about 50 seconds off the clock, thought we might be seeing a similar scoreline as well.
Well, Shenango's going to have to go through some of these type of games. I mean, they're going to have to learn how to win them, because this is what playoff basketball is going to be. You're not going to shoot 70% come playoff time. You're going to have to grind them out.
Talk about a grind. Tyler Stewart finds his way somehow, some way into the lane, absorbs the contact, and soft touch off the glass. Nice cut to find McConnell, and he gets his first bucket in return.
That was excellent movement without the ball. And Jackson Webster, because of the threat of him to shoot the three, they have to go out there and respect him, but he's got good hands to pass the ball too.
Left wing three. How about the three-point shooting from the Spartans? A couple of big ones. Mason Ernst gets into the party.
Just as I say, I don't expect him to shoot the ball from three much. They come out the last couple of trips and light it up.
As you mentioned, though, only 76 now on the year that they have made. Certainly not their game, though. It has been something that's been improving over the course of the year. It's the perimeter shot. The defense, though, always good under a Coach Locke team as they get another steal and a foul in the backcourt.
See, I think if they can continue to shoot the ball, Laurel, like that, and get this Shenango team out of man and put them in zone with that size and that physicality, Laurel's got a better chance to attack a zone with high post or guys on the block than what Shenango does. That might work to their advantage. And see if Shenango switches anything up. They want to try to go full court here, which I think is a good play, but let's see what they fall back into in the half court.
Yeah, they go full court pressure, but then they back off of it for now. As they hand it back off to Kunzelman for three. Back iron nearly found its way down, and Russo gets the rebound. Russo, step back, kicks it over to Garczewski for three. It's no good. Kuth had it, lost it, and he was hit on the arm. That was Adamo who had just checked into the lineup, and he's going to pick up the personal.
And see, to me, James, is taking Russo gets older, and as he does continue to fill out, and for his sake, hopefully grow another inch or two, because if he hits 6 foot, he is a prize for any coach to find at the next level. But as he gets older, he's going to be more aggressive at taking that ball directly to the bucket. And you can just tell right now he doesn't necessarily have the total confidence to do that, or doesn't feel exactly right to do that. He trusts his shot a lot from the outside, and he should, because it's good. But as he gets older, you're going to see him absolutely take guys off the dribble in that transition and go right to the basket.
Down to 6 seconds remaining. Gilmore on the wing, takes a look at the clock. Top of the key for Stewart. He has to fire one up. In and out, no good. The putback is in. Count it for Tyrone Kunzelman. The putback at the buzzer. Check out your LCAP instant replay. We'll check it out when we return. A 16-8 first quarter for Laurel. Back in a moment at LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. A Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Put-back bucket from Tyrone Kunselman. He's got 7 of the 16 for Laurel here in the first quarter. Rebounding edge. Huge edge there in that first quarter for the Spartans.
Yeah, 2-1, and that's a product of the size. But just a little faster and more aggressive getting to the bucket for Laurel and trying to pull those rebounds in. And that's again, a combination of experience and size for this Laurel team. Better shooting in the first quarter for Laurel, 2 items, 7 of 16 and just 3 of 11 for the Wildcats. So they're going to have to find something. Shenango, this is exactly what happened the other night. The early shooting woes, even though it was only a 7-point game when all was said and done, they just couldn't find shots in the second half. Fourth quarter specifically, they had a rough fourth quarter in that game and a rough start to this one tonight.
And I think that's been the Achilles heel for Shenango all year is can they play a full 32 minutes? And that one's knocked away as driving in the lane was Rance Emmerich. The quick hands defensively of Laurel has been really impressive tonight.
Yeah, they have been very sharp, and the reach has been good too. Again, that length is a problem.
As again, getting a partial block there. McConnell's second chance, no good. Gets it back, pump fake this time, another block in the paint. That leads to Stewart going in transition and soft touch shoving in. Timeout, Shenango. We'll take a quick one as well, 18-8. All Spartans here early on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Works in Progress Painting wishes a successful and satisfying season to all the Lawrence County sports teams and athletes. Work hard and bring honor to your team, school, and family in how you play. Joe Wright and his family have been providing painting, window cleaning, and other property services for business and homeowners in the Lawrence County area for over 10 years. Their goal on every project is to provide a meaningful service that honors their customer, God, and their family, and to have fun while doing it. Works in Progress is now booking interior painting projects for both residential and commercial projects. Call Joe today at 724-714-4294 to discuss your next project.
When the high school season heats up, make sure you have the best gear to support your school. Head to the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in the Shannock for all your county sporting apparel needs. From sporting goods to custom apparel to embroidery and more, the Red Zone has it all. Quality gear for all 8 schools in the County of Champions. Stop by and enter the Red Zone or visit them online at theredzonesports.com. Score big at the Red Zone.
It's a 13-2 Spartans run right now. They lead by 10 here early in quarter number 2 as we're going to have a held ball called. And with that, a turnover as well. Another Medora Bonner Law change in possession.
I got 6 turnovers for the Wildcats so far. And again, that experience plays a big factor. The reach, the physicality, and the experience all on that Laurel side.
Good inside-out work here. Stewart stops on a dime, step back, can't get it to go off the window. Shenango finally able to get a stop. And then a hand check will be called against Kunselman for his first, team's first. Coming at the half, we'll have our UPMC halftime show. UPMC is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for orthopedic care, getting you back on your feet faster at upmc.com.
Oh. I don't know if that was a little bit of an act job there by Tyler Stewart or if Jason Williams actually threw the forearm up to him.
Well, those two got tangled up late in that game at Laurel. Actually, was a technical foul called on Williams less than a minute to play. As they get a curl cut and a good job to absorb the contact for Caleb McConnell. Impressive for any kid to do that, nevertheless a freshman. He's been doing it all year.
Yeah, he is just going to become a special athlete. You see it on the football field this season. Had some growing pains, but he is going to be a special one when all is said and done.
I've been told Shenango's got a couple more coming up in the junior high level that could become difference makers both on the gridiron and on the basketball court in the next couple of years. Extra pass to Ernst, no good, but follows his shot. Drives in, no call as Williams tried to draw the charge. Stewart misses everything, and it's going to go out of bounds for the air ball.
See, already this quarter, James, much better job rebounding the basketball by Shenango. And I think Laurel would be wise to try to go back to the bucket and work inside out like they did in that first quarter. 3 started to fall late in the quarter, later in the quarter. I think it's a better idea to work inside out against this team. If you have that size experience, that physicality edge, go use it, utilize it.
Physicality on defense has certainly been there. 7 forced turnovers already. We're barely 2 minutes in to the second quarter. Ernst being hounded by Adamo. On the defensive end, Laurel back into their motion offense, and this is what I think what they need to do too. Stay within their system, Eric.
Yeah, I agree with that. Don't get too out of character. Don't force anything. Just run their motion, move the ball, make the extra pass. Somebody's going to work open.
And an older team, a lot of juniors and seniors part of this team to grind it out. And then you get Gilmore coming off the bench as a sharpshooter, no good on the shot, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul as extending the arm on the box out was Williams. Got to give a shout out to the official right there, Mr. Anthony Stanley. Younger official. We need as many young officials as we can coming out. And again, shout out to all the local schools that have begun working on some of the new youth programs in terms of getting these junior officials involved at the scholastic level in the high school. They try to get it to Ernst down low, but you bring the ball down, you allowed someone like Jason Williams to grab it and get the turnover.
Yeah, if you have the size advantage over him, Ernst does a nice job of going up and getting that, but you can't go low with the ball. That's where the defender's going to be. If it's man-on-man vertically, you go up high and get it and body him up and try to muscle your way to the bucket, but you can't put the ball low when it's a guard on you like that.
I love that one right there, though. McConnell listed at 6 foot, but he plays a lot bigger and plays a lot smarter. The pump, let the defender go by and get 2 free throw attempts.
It's a veteran move by this young man, and he went through some trials and tribulations on the football field, had some success. You mentioned about this crop of talent potentially coming up for this Shenango team. They're in a good spot right now for sure. They need it, though. You need as much depth as you can get in every sport when you're a smaller school, especially on the football field for this team. They were arguably 3 or 4 players away from being very good last season, especially with a freshman quarterback, and they just did not have enough depth. I think basketball-wise, they've got a little bit more depth. It's obviously a smaller bench, but you got to get all the reinforcements you can at this level.
Both free throws good at the Prada Jones-McCree free throw line as Ernst steps his way through and gets the answer. He's got 7.
Yeah, good physical move by Ernst, and boy, Williams does a nice job to hang on to it there. Vern Sipe is in his pocket.
Sipe playing with 2 fouls, by the way, too, and a little street ball move the way he was able to keep that dribble going. McConnell giving the avenue to the lane, though, and he'll take that. He's got a game-high 8 now. Ernst splits around 2, 3 defenders, but couldn't get the bunny to go, and then Zaccardi will pick up the reach-in. And he's a head-seeing a smart player. If you can be a freshman quarterback, especially in Jimmy Graham's system, you've got a good head on the shoulders, too, to go along with the athletic ability.
They wouldn't trust him if they didn't feel like he had the knowledge. The talent is going to grow. Sometimes you're just a freak talent, but
as Williams gave it up, clean up high, but I think he got some of the body down low, and he'll at least force the Spartans to earn it at the free throw line.
You have and I am not in any way comparing him to this guy, but you have your just freakish talents like Terrell Pryor, who you can play all 4 years. McConnell, they would not trust him to put him in these spots, both Coach Ches and Jimmy Graham, if he didn't have the intelligence. The talent for him has to develop a little bit at more his pace than it does. He doesn't have all the God-given gifts. He's not 6'4". He doesn't have an Aaron Rodgers cannon for an arm. He's going to grow into that kind of stuff, but it's upstairs where he's got the potential now, and he has shown that in both sports.
Prada Jones-McCree, excellence is our guarantee. Neither team excellent on the year from the free throw line, but Kunselman made both of his after McConnell made both for Shenango a minute ago. Lead back up to 8 midway through this second quarter. Another pass that's going to go all the way into the bench. 10 turnovers for the Cats already.
Yeah, you can't. We talked about manufacturing possessions and getting extra ones with the rebounding. They've done a better job again on the rebounding, but turning the ball over way too much cancels out the effort on the glass.
And you see Shenango does get into a bit of a zone, but they leave someone wide open underneath. Kunzelman in double figures.
Yeah, man is more their jam, James. I don't think they can afford to really settle for that type of zone.
I mean, I would have thought against a team like Laurel, who the scouting report says, hey, maybe they don't shoot it well from the outside. Maybe, yeah, you pack it in against that bigger lineup, but you got to play what you're most comfortable with. And
they're going to set up in it now.
Yeah, you got to be able to adjust as necessary. But they're leaving that high post wide open. And good ball movement, good fake pass to the open look for Santini, but he can't get it to fall. Russo out in transition. I don't think he's even taken a shot since he made those first two early ones, and he's poked away from behind yet again.
No, and that's where, again, he's got to grow up, and you're expecting him to be more aggressive and create his own shot, and he just doesn't have that 100% that skill set yet.
And part of it, again, too, is the height. He has grown. He's gotten a lot stronger from last year. But think of some recent players. Think of Ralphie Blundo, who is more of a three-point specialist early, had to do more his junior and senior year. Look at Lucas Stanley, the three-point specialist for Union, who ended up having to be the do-it-all guy for his junior and senior year. You're able to do it. You just got to make the adjustments. Nice tap rebound. Gets it to Kuth, but cannot get that one to fall either. Coming the other way, and Emmerich was open. Didn't take the shot. Pass it to Adamo. Lost it. He passed it back up, and we're going to have a whistle and a foul, and got to be careful. McConnell close to being considered intentional.
Shenango 6 points in the quarter, 8 turnovers.
Oh, my.
Cannot do that against this Laurel team. The other way, you know, Emmerich, again, more of the kind of do-everything player. You trust the ball in his hands. He's a good defender. He can slash to the bucket. Not going to see him take a lot of shots, though, but when you're that wide open, you can't pass that up, especially when you're down 10.
Russo took the first 6 points of the game for Shenango. McConnell's got all 8 cents. We talked about needing that third scorer. Needs one of them to show up right now. Mason Ernst, he's been showing up his entire Spartans career, and he's got himself an and one.
There's a good look at the replay, and look at the spacing for this team. That whole lane is wide open. There is just nobody with that size or physicality on this Shenango defense that can challenge that.
Second foul against Emmerich.
Cleared the whole lane out. I mean, literally the entire lane. The big fella is going to take that 10 times out of 10.
10 is the number of points he now has as well. Largest lead of the night after that and one. As Laurel lost 4 of their last 5, but playing strong here tonight.
McConnell might have gotten away with one there.
Russo directing traffic. He's going to finally get a foul drawn. 4th team foul against Laurel, but you can tell even that right there, he lost it for a moment, got it back. It almost feels like, and again, young team, the game's moving a little bit too quickly, quicker than what your body wants to be able to keep up with.
It is, but, you know, I like what he does there. He gets the ball right back. He gets a little aggressive with it, and then he draws the contact. That's a veteran move.
Gets the extra possession, and here, drive and draw. Able to get it back off to Emmerich. He may have gotten away with steps. Nice drop step from Adamo and gets the friendly roll.
Adamo used that wide body to seal off the defender. Emmerich with a nice extra pass to get it inside to him, and he was able to take an angle towards that baseline in the bucket, seal off the defender, and score.
Ernst gets himself into the lane. Good job holding the ground defensively there again is Adamo. Adamo played a lot of minutes in the Southside game when McConnell was unavailable. Big minutes for the freshman. I think you expect to see more of him down the stretch as well, as he's probably the biggest body that they have in their rotation.
It's a good job by Russo there when he caught the pass, stuck his lower body into the defender to try to create separation, and he's trying to do it again. He's getting a little aggressive with the elbow, but he is really working hard as they're up in his face. But I like how he's fighting, trying to fight that off and create space in a shot attempt.
And then another block on the drive in. McConnell stuffed away. Then a baseball pass down the court for the future baseball player at Clarion. Santini finds Kunzelman, and it's another Ponchos Insurance timeout taken by Shenango.
Yeah, they need it right now. This is getting out of hand. You're only down, I know 13 isn't the end of the world, but good job here. Brian Ches is going to go back to Jackson Webster. You'll see here the block, and then look at the outlet pass. One arm, just like he's thrown it on the football field. Finds Kunzelman, and he's able to use that window to lay it in.
The all-time passing leader in Laurel Spartan history. Excited to see him and Colton Carlson team up again as the battery pairing for Coach Burks and the Laurel Spartans coming this spring. And again, he'll be playing baseball at Clarion next year. We want to talk about what's happening on Wednesday, though, coming up, as Laurel, for just the second time in program history, will be hosting a first-round playoff match in WPIAL Wrestling. They will be taking on the winner of a preliminary match also at Laurel. Avonworth and Freedom, they go off at 4:30. The winner takes on Laurel. At the same time, Jefferson Morgan and Avella will do battle. The winners meeting in the quarterfinals starting at around 7:30. We'll get more details, hoping that we will be able to be there for coverage in some way, shape, or form for those playoff matches. Laurel has never made it to the semis. They've never made it to the states. They're the number 4 seed and the favorite. Jefferson Morgan's going to be a tough team there, but Coach Carmichael's and company, that's a great program they got, and a lot of familiar names. How about Casey Wilson? He's an 100-match winner. How about Colton Carlson, Jack Miles, Nathan Hill? A lot of familiar names that you're going to be hearing on the mat on Wednesday night, trying to make some history for the Spartans.
Good championship pedigree for that wrestling team. Hope it carries over from the gridiron. And not sure if you like to be the team that wrestles first and then has to come back and do a second match, or if you want to sit back and relax. That's a tough one for me, because I think if you get some quick matches, some quick points, you can kind of ride it out and it's an easy win, and you get a little bit of momentum going into the next match.
Take it back out to Garchewski. Under 10 to play here in the first half. McConnell tries to drive baseline. Good defense from Kunzelman. Kicks it back out, top of the key. Webster open for 3. Back iron, no good. And that's how the first half will come to an end. Spartans in control. 29-16 at the halftime break. We'll step aside, get you your first half gem scoring recap, as well as the rest of your UPMC halftime show when we return on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Attorneys Parada, Jones, and McCree are dedicated to giving their clients the best chance at a positive result. From personal injury, criminal and corporate law, real estate, municipal law, to wills and estates, their team will work with you through every step of the legal process. With Parada, Jones, and McCree, excellence is our guarantee.
Congratulations to our December LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Wilmington Hockey as our LCAP Team of the Month after winning 3 straight games to close out the 2025 calendar year, including their first win over Neshannock in 12 attempts. Congratulations to Coach McKee and the Wilmington Hockey Team, your LCAP Team of the Month.
Being the home team, to playing at home. And at LGKG, we have been your home team for over 90 years.
We're more than just a law firm. We're your friends, your neighbors, an advocate when life takes an unexpected turn.
We're not just lawyers that practice law. We live in this community, just like you.
When you need us most, we're at our best.
Does your blueprint not match the vision of your building project? Not with Creative Edge Architecture. From concept to creation, Jeff Measel will help tackle the complex problems, creating design solutions and construction experience. Creative Edge gives you the edge design and construction meet.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $30 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapy is necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Thank you for calling Axe. Where can we take you today?
To work, to the store, to Grandma's house. Axe can get you there, but it's much more than a ride. It's a joyride.
I'm helping people. I'm getting them out of their house. I'm taking them to their doctors, to the grocery store.
They say I'm entertaining. Okay, we laugh, we joke, we sing, we tell stories.
They're like family to us.
even if it's the same day. To schedule your joyride, call AXE today.
Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock's Peyton Newman as the December Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month for scoring her 1,000th career point before the holidays. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Neshannock's Grant Hennon as the December Male Athlete of the Month for scoring 7 goals in 3 games in December on the ice. Congratulations and best of luck to Neshannock's Grant Hennon and Peyton Newman, the December Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Your hip, your knee, your shoulder, whatever has been holding you back, UPMC Orthopedic Care is where you'll find experts to help you get back to a better quality of life. UPMC is pioneering minimally invasive surgeries, and we offer personalized treatment plans and same-day surgery to get you home and moving sooner. It's your ankle, your elbow, your hand, and it's your move. Visit upmc.com/ortho to learn how UPMC can help.
Calling all sports fans. Never miss a moment with real-time alerts, keeping you in the loop when your favorite teams are playing.
Get instant updates sent straight to your phone with game schedules, changes, and all the latest news.
You can receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for game time.
Be the first to cheer on your local teams and show your support.
Receive important updates and reminders, so you're always prepared for the game.
Signing up is quick and easy. Don't miss out. Sign up now and stay connected to the action.
Plus, follow us on social media for live updates, behind-the-scenes content, and community news.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day? You guys ready?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
Here at Shenango, the teachers and staff love their Wildcats. In the classroom, or wearing the blue and gold, we have their back, and we wish the Cats the best this season.
This video is brought to you by the Shenango Area Education Association.
Hey. Good to see you. Come on in, let's go. Yeah!
Laurel teachers support all of our athletes
on and off the field.
All right.
GEM building contractors and developers have a proven record of performance on any size project. They bring value, local craftsmanship, expert management to meet any challenge. From design construction, from inspection to budget estimation, GEM Builder has been building our community for 70 years.
Nick's Auto Body, trust your body in our hands. From a scratch to a dent to a major repair, Nick's your man, making your car look as good as new. Nobody does it better than Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands. Nick's Auto Body. Trust your body in our hands.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
2 home games.
29-16, your halftime score here from Shenango High School. This is your UPMC halftime report. UPMC Orthopedic Care is Lawrence and Mercer County's local choice for sports medicine services. Appointments available daily at any of the 4 Lawrence County locations at 724-983-7000. Real quick, a halftime score update. Mr. Flannery, 37-18? 37-15, Newcastle leading Butler at the half. We'll get you some other out-of-town scores here over the course of the night as well. Your Newcastle Transit Authority going your way, out-of-town scoreboard. But here, a 29-16 halftime lead. Laurel controlled the glass, controlled on defense, 13 turnovers forced in that first half, only committed 3 themselves, Eric. That's always a recipe for success.
Yeah, it is. And they also, Shenango didn't shoot the ball great, 6 of 19. Laurel, 12 of 30, but that's 11 more shot attempts. And the reason why that's important is when you're up 13, that tells me that you're rebounding the ball a lot, and this is actually relatively even in terms of rebounds now, as Laurel finished with 13 in the first half. And Shenango, on the other hand, finished with 13 in the half. So the rebounds have evened out. But you're taking 11 more shots than what your opponent is, so you're generating extra possessions. And that's what we said Shenango had to do in this game, and they haven't been able to do it. Laurel has, and that's been a big difference here.
Yeah, it's kind of the Newcastle method of success. You may not shoot it the best, but if you're taking double-digit more shot attempts than your opposition, then you know you're probably going to be in pretty decent shape. Let's take a look at your first half scoring recap. It's brought to you by Creative Edge as we see who has the edge in tonight's game. It is Laurel by 13, led by Kunselman with 13 points. Tyrone Kunselman leading the way for the Spartans. 10 for Mason Ernst as well, 4 for Tyler Stewart off the bench, and 2 for Anthony Zaccardi in that first half. For Shenango, 8 for Caleb McConnell, 6 for Tegan Russo, and 2 bench points for John Adamo is the extent of the scoring for Shenango. They went 8 and 8 for 16 total. Laurel 16 in the first, 13 in the second for 29 total points. There's your first half scoring recap. Brought to you by Creative Edge, fully licensed insured architecture and construction management services, making your project a reality. Eric, real quick, let's look back at those LGKG keys to the game. The home court advantage not here so far tonight, shooting the basketball for Shenango because they haven't taken many outside shots.
No, they haven't, and rebounding again is about even, but you know, that's more from a defensive standpoint. If you're Shenango, their ball pressure hasn't been the greatest. They haven't forced a ton of turnovers. We just mentioned 3 of them. So that's got to get better in the second half. They've got to keep doing rebounding what they're doing. If they're going to get back in this game, it's going to be because of defense and rebounding, and hope that they can do exactly what Laurel did in the first half, and that's get extra opportunities. For Laurel, keep in front. They haven't relented this lead at all. It just seems like they're at a different level, and they've kind of snapped out of their funk now. And knockdown shots.
2 of 9 from beyond New York?
You got to take them to knock them down. So I like what they were doing in the first half. I'd like to see them, from a Laurel perspective, hit a couple more for their own good.
Lawrence County's home team advantage for over 90 years. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George. Spartans on the road with the double-digit lead, and they get the first possession here of the second half. We'll try to get you score updates of Neshannock as they take on Rochester on the road tonight, and Union also on the road at Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. As the Chargers and the Lancers currently first place in the section. Nice find on the drive and dish. Santini gets his first bucket off the assist from Ernst.
Yeah, again, the spacing for Laurel. That middle is wide open, and guys are moving really well without the ball. Ernst, an excellent pass.
Williams passed on the 3 for the little floater, and a good choice as he gets his first bucket. And I think this Shenango full-court defense is going to have to be what's key here to try to slow down Laurel a little bit, but to force some turnovers in the backcourt as well.
Yeah, Emmerich should be the one guarding the ball coming up the floor if he can. He is the best on-ball defender that they have, and he's got the most reach and the most lethal reach, too, to cause the turnovers. That's what they need, is the best on-ball defender the whole way up the floor.
Coach Shed's very praiseworthy of Rance Emmerich when we talked in the pregames. Said, no, he's not going to show up on the stat sheet from what you see in the box score, but he's the one who's lighting up the stat sheet everywhere else.
You know, I mean, you may remember a guy from Ohio State named Aaron Kraft who was the same way. You know, he'd get you like 10 points, but he'd, 9 assists, 7 steals, and 6 rebounds in a game, and he was the best player on the floor.
Being a fan in Nittany Nation student section, let me tell you, I hated seeing Mr. Aaron Kraft coming into the Bryce Jordan Center. Long 2-pointer on the way there, no good, but strong offensive rebounds. McConnell's been working well on the glass and gets an extra possession for Shenango. Yeah, Aaron Kraft, can't say there's many players I ever hated in my life.
Oh, he was annoying. You had to hate him if you were an opposing team.
Kunselman knocks that one into the bench. Tell you what, I didn't hate the skipper for Shenango. I hated playing against Brian Ches, though, back in the day, that's for sure. Especially playing on this court. I swear he never missed against us. Another one knocked out of bounds by the Spartan defense. Coach Ken Locke, longtime assistant at Neshannock before he took over at his alma mater.
It's a good look at Ches right there. He's still Young and dapper. I like the hoodies tonight, the little mesh hoodies that they got on.
Yeah, he's got it working, does Coach Ches, and one of the more intense coaches you'll see. Any young coach is going to be, easier for the kids to connect with, but especially when he's in there, he's basically ready to defend from the sideline. Told me he stays in shape with the pickleball court too, and I'm jealous. He's able to get out there a lot more than I've been able to.
Oh, this pickleball thing's got to come to an end. I'm telling you, I saw.
I thought so too, and then I played, and I got the itch now.
I saw at least 6 pickleball-only courts in another state last week, and I just had to keep on driving.
Great facility just down the street here as well for pickleball. I want to check it out. This has been about a minute-long possession for Shenango, and I don't even think they've gotten a shot off yet.
No, and that's, again, the length and the reach here by Laurel. They're playing very tight defense, and you can do that when you got the experience edge and the length. You can tell that some of those Shenango guys are a little frustrated. And look at, again, Williams goes back to get it. Santini's right there, backs off, goes right back up on him.
And Conselman again using that reach, pokes it away from behind against McConnell to start the odd man rush. Can't get it to go, and Ernst is going to go over the back trying to get the rebound. Lands on top of one of the Shenango Wildcat players, but it is another turnover, and they just keep adding up. It's brought to you by Medora Bonner Law. Make sure you protect your possessions with a local attorney at medorabonnerlaw.com. Shout out to our production crew, Darren Heberlin, Robbie Nattel working the cameras, Matt Flannery, our producer extraordinaire tonight, Eric Thomas alongside. I'm James Dotson for this county matchup between the Spartans and the Cats, and nowhere to go for Shenango. Finally an open look in the paint. Pump fake good, shot no good.
It's interesting that they have Emmerich off ball as they throw it out of bounds, but they have him off ball and not bringing it up with Jason Williams on the floor. And Emmerich is, to me, more of a facilitator and a slasher, but to bring him off ball and then put it in his hands after that, I find is a pretty interesting wrinkle for this team. They're not moving much either, James. They're just kind of very stagnant right now.
I was just about to say that. You got to get more ball movement right now if you're Shenango. It's a lot of standing and watching. And not sure if it's confusion about what is being presented defensively or if just not sure what to call out on the offensive side. Again, McConnell is poked away by Stewart. He tried to claim it went off McConnell's leg, not going to get it.
See, what you can do defensively when you have Ernst and you have Kunzelman, they now have, at least on that possession, and they still doing this here, they have Ernst guarding Jackson Webster, and that's really frustrating him and not allowing him really to get a clean shot off there. Even that was not a clean one.
Yeah, Webster got it off quickly. He's got a quick trigger, but could not get that one to go. He had 4 threes the other night, none tonight. And on the other end, Kunzelman with the flyby and score.
Oh.
Ernst steps in front of that one, is able to get around the defender and poke it out of bounds. Something for wall photography in the house as well tonight. Great shot there as she was front and center for that collision midway through quarter number 3.
Laurel they run the floor so well. Ernst is getting back there defensively on that. And that was an excellent pass by Emmerich. And that's why I like him handling the ball more, because he can do those things and distribute a little bit better. I think their offense should run through him and maybe handle if Laurel throws any pressure on him a little bit more. He's a better ball handler against some of that pressure. But the way they've switched this up here they had Ernst when he was guarding Webster, not allowing him to get a clean shot off, getting him, in and out, and there is your play of the game nominee for sure.
I was going to say from a scratch to a dent to cleaning your floor, Nick's Auto Body is your man, but continue there, Eric.
Yeah, just some of the matchups here.
I like that. Right on cue, Rance Emmerich says, I got this. E.T., keep talking about me, sir. I got an and one.
See, that's what he does so well. He's not the greatest shooter from the outside, but he can get to the bucket. He can facilitate. He's got great court vision. He's fast, makes quick decisions, thinks ahead.
Completes the three-point play for his first points of the night. One of the few times that Laurel hasn't stayed in front defensively.
Take the game over. If Russo's going to struggle to get a shot off, take the game over if you're Emmerich.
Averages 5 per game. But again, fills up the score sheet in so many different ways as Kunselman's pass off target. And that's one of the better defensive series we've seen from Shenango as well, in your face defensively. There's the ball pressure Coach Ches wanted.
This is a big possession here for Shenango. They can cut this thing into single digits, and I don't know if I forced that, but, 10, and there they throw it away.
And sometimes you can tell, a young team just not quite on the same page, and that's another example. McConnell went to go back door. Emmerich threw it in the first row.
Well, watch when they come back down the floor defensively. Let's see who they put on Russo, because he has not even had a look in the second half yet, and we're almost at the end of the third.
I don't think he's had a look since those first 2 shots that he made early in the first quarter. Santini finds Ernst. He's had plenty of looks, and he's got himself another and one.
Yeah, just excellent movement without the ball, excellent anticipation. Here's a great look at the replay. Watch Ernst off this now. When he sees the reset, he just makes a good move. There's nobody guarding him to the inside. He's got the space. Nobody cut off the passing lane, and that's an excellent job getting to the bucket for the three-point opportunity.
60% on the year from the Parada Jones-McCree free throw line is Ernst. And the first missed free throw of the day. Kuth, though, right off the bench, gets the offensive rebound, and Santini slips and travels.
I got them for 4 turnovers here in the quarter. That's not exactly working in their favor, even though they have a 14-point lead. But now here, let's see what they do with Russo. They've got Seth Gilmore on him. And tie up right away. So they're really going to be content to double team him and let somebody else try to beat him.
Williams, nice pass across the lane. McConnell can't get it to go. Good closeout from Kuth defensively. And then Williams gets the rebound and throws it up. And he's going to get a chance at the free throw line as well. And some frustration from Coach Locke. Again, the rebounds, they controlled it for about the first 12 minutes of the game. And Shenango fighting hard there on the blocks.
Yeah, they definitely were. Important possession there. But, that situation with Russo, if he has a matchup that he thinks he can exploit, they've got to try to get him going. So if it's Gilmore and it's not one of it's somebody more his height that he can probably run around and free himself up, you got to take advantage of that. He was quick to try to get himself a shot attempt there on that possession. They've got to find some kind of offense, and really they got to get him going.
Laurel has had a double-digit lead basically since the start of the second quarter. And then Williams got the free throws, gets the steal, gets the friendly roll as well. Timeout, Laurel. Jason Williams, welcome to the party. As you check out your LCAP instant replay back of the Ernst bucket. But how about Jason Williams there? It's which one of these guys is going to step up? We've seen Emmerich have his moments. We've seen Williams have his moments. We've seen Webster last game, 4 threes. He's had his moments. If they can get all these guys to gel at the same time, Eric, this is a dangerous team.
But you got to be aggressive.
Yeah.
And you've got to try to go find your shot. Laurel has shown you now in this game that they are not going to give you the opportunity. You're going to have to go take it. And they need to see players like Russo, work harder off the ball and try to get himself open, and a good spot up, a good clean spot up. And we're just not seeing enough movement from the Shenango offense right now. Yeah, they're only down 10. So, they have kind of worked really hard to get this thing down to 10. But they've got to work harder to get open shots.
Good press break, but an extra step changed the pivot foot to Kunselman. And a little change in the full court pressure there too. First time they've seen a little trapping action.
Yep. This is, again, a big possession to get this thing into single digits. Russo's just kind of camped in the corner right now. You see him on the far side.
An 8-2 run right now for the Cats, but a wild shot there from Emmerich, and then they're going to get Adamo with a loose ball foul.
Well, Emmerich's taking the shot, James, because nobody else is freeing themselves up to go get it.
Yeah, a little too much isolation effort on that one. Second against Adamo. Team second as well. Ernst, crossover, attacks, lays it in.
That was pretty.
Mason Ernst, just a gym rat If you're driving into Laurel at 6 in the morning, you'll see him shooting buckets outside. And we're going to get a 5-second call defensively as well from the Spartans, forcing another turnover. But finish the thought on Ernst. You'll see him shooting first thing in the morning, come into school, stay after school for a couple more shots before practice. Always the last one to leave practice, says Coach Locke. Just a gym rat in every sense of the word.
I don't know if you're going to see him shoot much on Sunday or Monday. Not outside anyway.
We're going to have to set up a little spy network and find out if he's shooting out there with a foot of snow potentially on the ground.
Got the old Magic Johnson shooting out there with the gloves and the jacket on.
Well, if there's anybody who might. I'm hoping he's not out there sub-zero temperatures tomorrow morning. We're going to have a foul here against the Spartans, and that's going to put Shenango into the bonus. Tegan Russo will go to the line. And I'll tell you what, this is something that I think has been big for Russo. 40-point game, as you mentioned earlier this year. In that game, he had, I believe it was 16 free throw attempts. These are his first attempts from the line tonight. Misfires on the first. He's an 83% free throw shooter as well. I think that's got to be a big key of just trying to get him more chances to go to the line.
Be aggressive and go draw the contact and get it.
And I don't think you'll see that maybe again the entire year. He misses both. Williams gets the offensive rebound, though. He's rejected on the putback.
Referee let him go.
Stewart got some empty space. No good on the shot. Russo ends up getting the easy rebound and the outlet for the easy Adamo lay-in. Timeout for Laurel, and I don't think he was pleased, was Coach Locke, with that shot leading to the odd man rush.
No, and you're up. Think about how hard Shenango has had to work just to get this thing to 10 a couple times. And if you're Ken Locke, you got to be telling your team right now, no unnecessary shots. Just let the offense, let us kind of dictate the flow of the game the rest of the way. And don't take any unnecessary chances. Don't let them back in the game, especially if they have an opportunity to cut this thing into single digits or get it down to 10. Don't let them do it.
This game is also part of our Tri-County Cup. I want to give a shout out to the Tri-County Principals Association. Every game featuring Tri-County opponents this year, Eric, is going to go into the standings, whether it's basketball, whether it's hockey, whether it's bocce. A couple big bocce matches coming up for Shenango next week as well. Talk more about that in a moment against Elwood City as they will finish up the regular season of bocce. But all of them go to that Tri-County Cup, and the winner will get the first ever Tri-County Cup represented for their school at the end of the scholastic year.
That'll be fun to watch during softball season, won't it?
Oh, my goodness. Ernst, no good on the shot, able to lift right up over the top and get the putback and bucket.
Just too strong. He is such a good player.
Out of bounds, and it's off the leg of Webster for another Door-Bonner Law change in possession.
See, and I just think it's like little things with this Shenango team. I mean, Jackson Webster hasn't had a bucket tonight. Russo has been extremely quiet. McConnell's been quiet since his early salvo or his second quarter salvo, but it's small things. It's like that. It's turning the ball over at the wrong time. It's rebounding. It's creating your own opportunities and shots and not being stagnant on offense, going to get the ball, moving without the ball. There's so many little things that I think when this team, talking about growing up, just kind of refuses to ascend and take that next step.
Williams poked it away once, nearly got it the second time. And Coach Ched's not pleased because he had the position but then stopped moving his feet, Eric. You can read Ched's lips from here. Got to keep the feet moving.
And that's, again, it's small things like that. It's continuing to play tough defense and being up in some guy's shirt. They're going to learn. I mean, it's going to be the hard way to do it, but they're going to learn.
Ernst with 5 seconds remaining, kicks it to the corner. Stewart for three, nearly banked it in from the corner. Trying to put back, almost got it for Vern Sipe at the buzzer. But it's still a 12-point advantage for the Spartans, 39-27 as we head to the fourth quarter on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Dix, and Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance, and receive the personalized service you deserve.
Like in sports, it takes a great team to protect you, your family, and your business. MVP Insurance is that team. From home and auto to life and commercial insurance, you can count on us for coverage that adapts to your needs.
We're committed to excellence for our clients' experience and in serving our community.
It's a winning combination.
MVP Insurance. Don't get left on the sidelines. Log on to mvpins.com or call today to get your free quote.
4 for Emmerich and 4 for Ottoman.
8 minutes on the clock, fourth quarter action coming your way here at lcsportsnet.com. A 39-27 Laurel lead. Back and forth first quarter, the Spartans finished the first quarter into the second on a 13-2 run and really have not looked back since. Want to see more of Rance Emmerich, and he drives right to the hoop and is going to get a chance at a pair of free throws as Zaccardi will pick up the block.
They're going to need a spark here offensively as McConnell and Russo go scoreless in the third quarter, and that's a situation that they ran into the other night against the Shannock, James. Is Russo just did not do enough in any quarter except the third, scored all of his points in the third. Now's the time they're going to have to step up and start making some buckets here and start creating some opportunities. You know, the other thing you think about here, neither of these two teams are particularly good at shooting free throws.
64% on the year for Shenango, just 56% for the Spartans. Emmerich able to split the pair there.
I find that surprising, 54% for this Laurel team.
And the other way, Zaccardi lost possession, but he's going to get bailed out on the blocking foul, sliding in at the very last second. Was the Cats defender. McConnell will pick up his second. Entry pass, trying to get it to Ernst, double teamed, somehow rips through two, make it three. He goes for the three-point play. Mason Ernst, have yourself a night.
How good was that? I mean, they had the baseline defended. Watch this. There's a great look at it. Fought through two and then fought through two more. And they had the baseline defended well with Garceski. He was right on it, and Ernst just used that power to get through the double team twice.
He does complete that three-point play at the Parada Jones-McCree free throw line. He's got 19. Does Mason Ernst to lead all scorers here tonight. Came in averaging 14. He's heating up at the right time of the year.
And the penetrating kick here by Shenango has been good, but just too out of control here.
It ends up off the leg of a Shenango player and out of bounds.
Too much of it going on here. I mean, you're down right now by 14. You can't penetrate and kick 4 times on a possession, and I'm not trying to tell anybody how to coach their team, but it's got to be penetrate, kick, score. It can't be a lot of time right now down 14.
Yeah, and that's what they tried there. Penetrate, kick. Unfortunately, it was kicked out of bounds, but Cats able to get it right back as Garczewski deflected it off of Ernst and back out of play.
Yeah, and I like that style of offense, that whatever they call it, dribble drive, whatever you want to refer to it as. But you can't dribble drive 3-4 times in a possession. It's got to be once, kick out, shot. Try to keep it alive if you don't score.
Tegan Russo will get a trip back to the Parada Jones-McCree free throw line as he caught Sipe with his hand in the cookie jar.
Then you got the other side of it here where you can do it this way and try to stop the clock and score.
Russo hit a pair of three-pointers in the first 2.5 minutes of this game. He has not seen the ball go through the cylinder since.
No, and you can just look at his body language.
Yep.
I mean, he's just kind of standing there, hand on the hip. This kid can light it up in a heartbeat, but I don't like seeing some of that language. He's going to have to, you make up for it on the other end then. You play solid defense, force a turnover.
And you wonder if finally seeing a free throw go in, if that makes a big difference in terms of seeing one go in, as Seth Gilmore gets his first points off the board with a little 12-foot floater. Emmerich trying to get things done again, and he'll get a trip back to the line. As he's gotten a couple of nice drives in, getting just that half step is all he needs to get to the lane and get to the line.
Yeah, he's the best slasher on this team. Fortunately, he's 43% from the line, but I like the aggressiveness to go to the bucket, stop the clock, and try to get points.
Misfires on that first one. And if nothing else, you're short. Laurel's trying to shorten the game. You're extending the game any chance you can and maybe trying to get some of these Spartans in foul trouble. Nobody with more than 3 fouls for either team, as Emmerich short on both freebies.
And 2 of 6 in the quarter at the free throw line. That is not going to get you back into games.
Shenango, the better of the two teams in terms of free throw shooting coming into the night. Beautiful pass, Mason Ernst. Finds Santini for 2. Spartans in control. Timeout, Shenango will take one as well. Back in a moment on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Tonight, someone is cold, hungry, and forgotten. At City Rescue Mission, we're more than a shelter. We're a bright beacon of light in our community, serving those in need to make our community stronger and healthier. We offer real help and real hope, and that hope is Jesus. We serve him by serving others in love, grace, mercy, and compassion. But we can't do it without you. Be the reason someone's story is rewritten in Christ. Give today at cityrescuemission.org.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
Doran Concrete, they've been laying the foundation for your home or business. Visit them online at doranconcrete.com. 30 years of experience, they're laying the foundation for your home or office jobs. Mason Ernst certainly laying the foundation for this Spartans team here tonight, as he has been in control, a team high, game high 19 points. He's got to have about 4 or 5 assists to go along with it. So he's seeing the floor extremely well tonight.
Yeah, he really is doing a little bit of everything: defense, rebounds, scoring for sure, facilitating, complete game.
McConnell into the lane, pumps. Santini was not fooled, and he blocks it. McConnell will last to touch it.
No, it's interesting here with 6 minutes to go, and you're down 17, and you've got Tegan Russo out of the game right now, and he's just not been effective in this game outside of those first couple of three-pointers. Looked like it was going to be his night.
Are you kidding me, Seth Gilmore? How did he get that one to fall?
Fucking is good by Seth Gilmore.
Contact all the way out of the free throw line, and that was a scoop shot if I've ever seen one.
He started that Euro from outside of three-point land. I consider that for a Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Spending too much time on the bleachers, or if you're going to be shoveling too much snow this weekend, give them a call at Maley Chiropractic. They'll get you straightened out. 4 points for Gilmore all here in this fourth quarter. Can't complete the three-point play. Quick shot on the other end for Webster is off the mark. And rebound out of bounds to the Spartans. 19-point lead, largest of the night. Laurel still has Rochester, Southside, and Western Beaver remaining. And oh yeah, a senior night game at home against Neshannock. So they're going to have a little chip on their shoulder from the way that game ended in Lancer country. Laurel playing a bit of a stall as much as they can, and Coach Locke's going to take a Pontius Insurance timeout as well. Shenango, big one on Tuesday that they're going to have to come back from. They travel to Union. We'll be there at the Covelli Fieldhouse for that one, as that's going to be another huge game that'll essentially look at probably 4th and 5th place in this section. Remember, the top 5 teams, if we can take a look at the section standings again, Matt, these top 5 teams will all make it into the postseason. So you kind of alluded to it. it's not official, but it's a pretty done deal that we know who these top 5 teams are going to be representing Section 4 in the playoffs. However, if you're in the top 3, you have a chance at a home game. I think first and second will guarantee get a home game, but third place could very easily get a home game as well. If you're in 4th or 5th, you're probably traveling, or you may even have one of those pigtail games to have to deal with as well, and then you're likely playing a team the likes of a Jeanette or a Swickley Academy right away if you are able to get through a pigtail game. So that's going to be a big one between the Cats and the Scotty Dogs coming up on Tuesday night as well.
It's a good thing that the WPIAL tournament lasts for a month, and you have 58 rounds of consolations to try to figure out 7 teams out of the district, which is entirely too many. Sorry for anybody who's benefited from that, but it's entirely too many out of one district. There's no need for 7 teams, but yeah, you want to avoid Jeanette and you want to avoid Sewickley by far. I do recall watching that Sewickley team. They run it back thanks to NIL, but they've run it back this season, obviously, and I remember seeing them getting taken apart in the state final last year by a smaller guard-oriented team.
Something to keep your eye on. Pine Richland gave them a run for their money, as Pine Richland's probably the only team remaining on the Newcastle schedule that we're really looking at in terms of maybe stopping what could be an undefeated Newcastle season. How about that from the Canes here in the year number 14 of Ralph Blunda?
I'll probably get in trouble for saying this, James, and this has nothing to do with you or anybody else we work with, and I really don't care if I do get in trouble. The only team I've seen spend more money on a roster in basketball than Sewickley is Kentucky this year at $20 million. I'll leave it at that.
Enough said.
And you guys can write to me if you don't like that comment, too. Leave James out of it.
Mason Ernst with the ball in the corner. We need that. We need a Limon dub track for that now. Not just the official statement. We need the all opinions are mine and mine alone. My opinion is Mason Ernst is having himself a night.
Yeah, he is.
Not sure if that's opinion or if that's fact at this point. 21 for Mason. Big answer. Finally, Webster able to get one to go.
And Brian Ches is going to bring back a couple of guys here. This one's pretty academic right now, but it's good to see Webster still have a shot. They're going to need that coming up against Union. That becomes a big game. I know we think that these 5 teams are pretty much set in stone, but that Southside team lurking, and you just don't want to get caught against them if you have to match up with them.
Well, Laurel trailed by double digits to Southside in the later stage of the third quarter against Southside. Came back and got the win, and then nearly took down the Shannock later that week. Sometimes you need a little wake-up call in a game like that. And I think this is a big wake-up call for Laurel, especially after they've had an extremely rough set of games. You alluded to in the pregame show, 4 losses in their last 5 contests, but coming out with a purpose here tonight. Adamo's going to pick up the reach-in foul. And Ernst is going to go to the charity stripe, as that is the 15th foul in the quarter.
Mason Ernst shooting 2.
Ernst misfiring on the first attempt. Coach Ches, second year here, graduate from Shenango, 2008. Love seeing matchups like this where you have 2 coaches coaching at their alma mater. He's got that with Union as well in this section, coaching at his alma mater of Union. There's always something about going back where you grew up, where you played, and trying to give back to your community like this.
Yeah, for sure. It's ingrained in you for the rest of your life, so you might as well embrace it if you can.
Well, especially for Shenango. Ches is only the 3rd coach in the last 44 years of Shenango Wildcat basketball, if you can believe that.
What is this, Pittsburgh Steeler football?
It feels like it.
That's actually a really impressive run. I mean, you just don't see that anymore. That's
Russo no good on the shot. Gilmore gets the outlet pass up front, falling away, can't get it to go. 3 minutes to play. You see Angela Pardick in for the first time, and he's going to draw a foul. Will be the 4th team foul against Laurel. Ken Locke in his 14th season. The Shannock's getting close to that sort of run as well. I believe this is year number 16 for Coach Corey out there at Neshannock. He replaced Jim Smiley, who was there for 27 years. So in the last 43 years, you've seen 2 Neshannock coaches, and you've seen 3 Shenango coaches. That's incredible. As Santini steps in front of that one.
Ralph's been at Newcastle a while. Mike O'Leary's been at Mohawk for a while, but not as the boys coach.
Yeah, boys and girls. Again, long time, longevity, and consistency.
I think the older guys get. I find this to be the case.
Webster heating up. Better late than never.
There was so much talk last year about maybe Ralph stepping away because Ralphie was done playing, and obviously he's got another son playing for Neshannock this year. Maybe you'd want to go watch him play a little bit more. Pardick's going to pick up the foul, it looks like, with 2:07 to go. I tend to think that guys embrace the challenge more the older they get, especially if they've had success in the past. Like you've won a state title if you're Ralph Blundo. You're kind of chasing that regardless. Even if you've won one, you're still chasing one. You look at some of the football coaches that you encounter across the state of Pennsylvania. How many state titles has Jim Roth won? And he treats every one like it's the first one he's going after. I just think guys, the longer they coach, embrace the challenge of doing this more and more. They have to prove to themselves that they still have it. They have to prove to the program that they still have it, that they can tap into whatever it was that got them that initial title. And to me, it fuels them the longer they go. I don't think there's a lull much anymore with guys.
Brody Budai getting onto the scorer's book with that little floater.
Look at, we're comparing football and basketball here, and Budai's going to pick up the foul. We're comparing football and basketball here, but think about Mike Warfield. Was there any reason why Mike Warfield needed to come back and coach Aliquippa football after his year off?
No.
Not really. I mean, he went through hell with the whole legal battle with the team moving up and everything. There really is no reason for him to come back and coach. The program's in good hands. He's still going to be a mentor to those kids. He's still going to try to help get them in college. He wasn't going to really step away from doing what that job entails, which is mentoring those guys. And then he comes back, and look what he does this year. He's arguably the best 4A coach in the state of Pennsylvania.
You can look at it in another facet as well. It's a similar idea, but a complete opposite idea at the same time, is Dan Bradley. He's been at how many schools now for football and basketball? It's just the love of the competitiveness and loving to see if he can take a team that maybe hasn't been doing well and take them to that next level.
Sometimes you need that little recharge, among yourself, and I have no doubt that he is going to get that Ambridge team in the right direction. You hate to lose him.
Yeah.
Obviously, from a Lawrence County perspective, he's always been really good to us, but you hate to lose a guy like that. It's going to be a sad end when it gets to that part of the road here at the end of basketball season. I'm sure that program's going to miss him dearly, but, the Pittsburgh region is not – it is not an easy one to do this in when you're working at one school and traveling to another. A lot of us, travel all over the place to do this kind of stuff week in and week out, whether it's coaching, broadcasting, whatever. It's a very spread out area, but he's got to find a comfort level, and I think he's going to end up ultimately making the right choice.
Ernst makes the first. It's turned into a foul fest here in the last few seconds.
And, the other thing, the facilities at Ambridge, I know that he's going to probably work on getting some donations and trying to get that whole thing recouped. That stadium is unbelievable.
Oh, my God. Mo Rubenstein Stadium, one of the best places you can ever go to watch a game, play a game, broadcast a game, all the above.
My first WPIL regular season game was in that stadium, and I'll never forget that. That was a Friday night that, I felt like I had hit the jackpot.
That's a heck of a way to start. Angela Pardick joins the party. Playing hard to the end. Webster will pick up that personal.
Yeah, and, you have to do that if you're Brian Ches, because this team needs to continue to grow and learn its lessons. And you have to, and Ken Locke's going to recognize this too, they have to do what they can to try to extend the game, teaching moments, use the whole clock. We always say in football you got 4 quarters, you might as well use them regardless of score. You might as well do the same thing in basketball. Take the whole time to teach. There's no better chalkboard to write your stuff down on than the one that's on the floor right now that you can use.
Burnside, first points of the night, makes both free throws. And we have a whistle on a moving screen against Adamo. Medora Bonner Law changing possession. Make sure you protect your possessions at MedoraBonnerLaw.com. We'll announce our MVP Insurance MVP of the game at the end of this one. Getting the game at MVP Insurance, home, auto, term life, liability insurance, and more. MVPINS.com. As it looks like both teams are going to clear their respective benches here. You're going to see Nolan Kaczynski in for the first time for the Cats. Cody Reamer, the senior, out there as well for the first time. You also have 44 Tyler Alusha making his varsity debut tonight. Tyler Fuchs in as well.
Can't miss him when he's on the floor.
Not at all. Cozy Fennick, Nick Fedrizzi also in there. That ball's poked away. That was pass from Jack Jones. And Adam Kuth remaining in the lineup for the Spartans as well. They'll go to 6-4, 11-6 overall for Coach Locke's Spartans. That one's going to go out of bounds. Mason Ernst, a couple missed free throws, keeping him from what would have been his career high. Career high is 24. He's going to finish with 23 here tonight.
And just a solid overall effort for him. You mentioned it a few minutes ago with the assists. He played a complete game here tonight for this Laurel team, and big win for them. They are able to snap out of the funk, and they've got a couple of key games coming up.
Nice pass there from Cozy Fennick, finding Jack Jones for the layup.
Namely Southside coming up next week. That's going to be a big one for this Laurel team. That's for Southside, it's playoff games the rest of the way. And if you're a team like Laurel or Shenango and you see them the rest of the way, you got to knock them off and keep them away from you.
Laurel's been cold. It's getting cold outside, but they were red hot tonight. A 60-39 victory over Shenango to take sole possession of third place here in Section 4 of the WPIAL's Class 2A. We'll recap it all, get you your scoring recap, final thoughts, and oh yes, our play of the game and MVP of the game when we return. It's the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
At Medora Bonner Law, we're more than just attorneys. We're your community partners. With a combined experience that spans decades, attorneys Jason Medora, Michael Bonner, and Greg Rossitelli are your trusted advisors for all legal matters. From personal injury to estate planning, business law to family disputes, we are here to guide you through every step of the legal process. Our full-service, community-based approach ensures that you're not just a client, but a valued member of our family. Give us a call or visit us online at MedoraBonnerLaw.com for more information.
Tired of gasoline costs? Why drive? Let the Newcastle Transit Authority take you where you want to go. Serving the city of Newcastle and stops throughout Lawrence County, as well as weekday service to Pittsburgh. Public transportation just makes sense. Why drive when you can relax and ride? For more information or for route schedules, log on to newcastletransit.org. The Newcastle Transit Authority, going your way. And remember, senior citizens ride free.
Celebrating 25 years of the best coverage of high school sports in Western Pennsylvania. This is the Trib Live High School Sports Network, covering 140 schools throughout all 3 sports seasons. Trib HSSN is always there. On tribhssn.triblive.com, you'll find live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, news, and so much more. The Trib Live High School Sports Network, broadcasting high school sports in Western Pennsylvania for 25 years.
Congratulations to our December LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Wilmington Hockey as our LCAP Team of the Month after winning 3 straight games to close out the 2025 calendar year, including their first win over Neshannock in 12 attempts. Congratulations to Coach McKee and the Wilmington Hockey Team, your LCAP Team of the Month. Lawrence County SportsNet is proud to honor Neshannock's Peyton Newman as the December Red Zone Female Athlete of the Month for scoring her 1,000th career point before the holidays. LC SportsNet is also proud to honor Neshannock's Grant Hennon as the December Male Athlete of the Month for scoring 7 goals in 3 games in December on the ice. Congratulations and best of luck to Neshannock's Grant Hennon and Peyton Newman, the December Red Zone Athletes of the Month.
Having a safe and healthy home is not something to play games with, especially if your home was built before 1978. You may be exposed to extremely harmful lead-based paint hazards. If you're concerned about lead in your home, don't roll the dice on your family's safety. LCAP's Healthy Homes Lead Hazard Reduction Program is here to help you win the battle. Your family's health and safety is the goal. Contact the Department of Healthy Homes today.
Tri-County Principals postgame show here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. A 60-39 victory for Laurel here on the road. It was a last-second victory at home back in December. Tight early, Eric, but a big run at the end of the first quarter, and they really controlled things the rest of the way. Defense and rebounding. Some timely shooting early. Didn't shoot it great from beyond the arc, but they really controlled everything in the interior from start to finish.
Yeah, they did, and Mason Ernst had a big night. Obviously, we said the rebounds and the assists that he had in this game were key. Their shot selection was really good. We talked about the shot selection in the first half and how they took 11 more shots in the first half. That was important. That generated a lot of extra basketball for them and led to some key moments for them in this first half. Really, Shenango couldn't find any kind of offensive rhythm. I mean, Caleb McConnell, he did not score in the second half. Tegan Russo had 1 point in the second half. And remember, on Tuesday night, he struggled. He had issues scoring against Neshannock in the contest 3 of the 4 quarters. He did not have a point. So they've got to try to figure that out. Jason Williams was okay tonight off the bench, and Rance Emmerich looked for a moment like he was going to take the game over, but they just did not get any kind of consistent scoring from their offense here in this contest tonight, and that led to their downfall in this game here this evening. Let's take a look at our scoring recap. We're checking on some numbers here officially. So we found a discrepancy in the scoring, so we'll check on the scoring here, but it is our scoring recap tonight brought to you by Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen. James Dotson is coming back over here with the final numbers here, so we'll get that to you in a moment as we have our final scoring numbers here. And that'll lead us into our Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap.
All right, we got it all sorted out. We'll start with Shenango. Leading scorer tonight is Kayla McConnell with 8 points, all coming in the first half. Tegan Russo following with 7. 6 for Jason Williams, 6 also for Jackson Webster, both of his buckets coming in the fourth quarter for Webster. 4 each for Rance Emmerich and John Adamo, and 2 each for Angelo Pardick and Brody Budai. Gorcheski, Kaczynski, Reamer, and Alusha all played but did not score in the contest for the Cats. For Laurel, leading scorer, 23 points for Mason Ernst on the night, 15 for Tyrone Kunselman. Following up there, 6 for Tyler Stewart, 4 for Anthony Zaccardi, 4 also for Santini and Seth Gilmore, 2 each for Vern Sipe and Jack Jones as well. Tyler Fuchs, Adam Kuth, as well as Fennick and Fedrizzi all played but did not score tonight for the Spartans. A 60-39 victory here for Laurel. Your Gem Master Builders and Craftsmen scoring recap for what turned out to be a good business trip, so to speak, here for the Spartans. Grind it out, and you can see they brought the physicality early, and I think that shook Shenango off their game a little bit, Eric.
Yeah, it did, and we talked about that when you stepped away about Ernst and his physicality. Yeah. That was a big difference. The maturity level of this Laurel team, I think, was a big difference here tonight, too. This Shenango team is going to continue to grow, but they've got to play a full 32 minutes in basketball games, and part of that's going to be defense, part of that's going to be creating their own shots and not sort of lagging on offense like we saw too many times tonight. There were too many trips down the floor where they just were not moving and guys were not going and trying to create their own shots. They're going to have to learn how to get that done. Playoffs, assuming they make it, are going to be just like that. They're going to be a slog, so they're going to have to learn how to grow up a little bit and create their own shots.
Well, I get a chance to talk real quick here with Coach Ken Locke. He's kind enough to make the trip up. Flip you around here. Oh. There we go. You hear me all right, Coach?
I got you.
Coach, another business trip, but you guys took care of business, especially in the second and third quarters. Congratulations first on the win. You guys, you pride yourself on the defense and the physicality, and you guys showed that right from the get-go here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think our guys, to their credit, we've had a rough week and a half, injuries and sickness, but we don't use that as an excuse. You know, we struggled a little bit. We haven't played up to our standards, and the challenge the last 2 days was to come in here and do what we needed to do and do what we're supposed to do and we're capable of doing. And, you know, I could kind of tell earlier today, and when we're getting on the bus and getting here, we had that look in our eyes that we had it in the Shenango. You know, unfortunately, we're on the wrong side there, but I just felt comfortable that they were ready. They looked ready, and, you know, they came out and did what they're supposed to do, and we asked them to do.
It's always a grind in this section in any one of these county games. It doesn't matter what the records are, but you know, just talk about what it's like to be in this atmosphere. I mean, you've been a part of it as a player and as a coach for many decades now. Just talk about what it means for people who are watching from outside of Lawrence County, what a county battle really is.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes people don't understand, you know, or understand exactly what it is. It's always going to be packed. It's going to be physical. It's going to be emotional at times. You know, you got to keep your emotions in check, and it's the atmosphere that this is why we do this and we play this game, and you know, we coach this game. Is these are the games we do it for.
You mentioned the emotions. I mean, obviously your team, senior laden team, a lot of upperclassmen on this squad. How much of a factor does that play, especially when you're against a Shenango team that has a lot of the underclassmen that are getting significant playing time?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They're good. They're going to be a great basketball team. There's no doubt in that. They got great players on their team and athletes. You know, but that, again, that's something we tell our guys all the time. We're not, you know, we took our lumps 2 years ago. Last year a little bit better. Now these guys have the experience, you know, that are out on the floor, and we expect them to play like it and act like it. You know, we made a few mistakes late that we didn't want to, you know, took a couple shots and did a couple things, you know, that we really can't do, and we talked about that. We'll discuss that and, you know, just try to become more complete day by day. But, you know, I always tell them we want to play our best basketball here in late January and early February. So hopefully, you know, this sends us in the right direction.
Talk about Mason Ernst. I mean, a great night tonight, 23 points, but also, you know, probably 5 or 6 assists, a lot of work on the boards as well, doing everything tonight for you.
Well, he deserves it. He puts so much time in the offseason every day. You know, he lives and breathes it. You know, I kind of challenged him yesterday after practice, said, you need to have 20 tomorrow. There's no reason why you can't have 20. You know, a little smaller, you know, just getting in there, getting rebounds and some putbacks and doing the things he's capable of doing, and I can't say enough good things about him, and you know, his attitude, his effort's always there, and you know, he had a great night tonight.
Now, I know he's always one that you see out shooting in the driveway or something on the way to school. You didn't have to go and specifically tell him, hey, you're not allowed to shoot tomorrow morning in sub-zero weather or with a foot of snow coming, right?
I don't. I mean, we got to play tomorrow, so
that's right. Yeah.
But you know, sometimes we do have to tell him take a break. You know, he had a little ankle or, you know, something bothering him in the summer or the fall, and you know, you got to try to tell him take it easy for a day or two, and he does not like that at all. So, you know, great kid, and he deserved the game that he had tonight, and hopefully it's a lot more to come from him.
Right, final question: just dissect the rest of the year for you guys and what it's going to take to you know, to win out and get back to Laurel Spartan basketball.
Yeah, I mean, it's every you hinted on earlier, every section game is tough, especially on the road. You know, they're tough. Our section, I think, is you know, talk about the Shenango. I mean, the Shenango team, you know, Union got us. Union's playing really well right now, and you know, so you know, we got to keep, you know, we got to take tonight and add to it a little bit, and again, getting better each day, just getting a little bit better every day down the stretch here, and you know, hopefully be able to make a run and see what happens.
Appreciate it, Coach. We'll be seeing you for the Shenango rematch in a couple weeks.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Coach Ken Locke, longtime coach here at Laurel. I'd say I want to make a correction to something I said earlier. I said Neshannock has only had 2 coaches in the last 43 years. 2 coaches and 4 games for Coach Locke when he was the interim head coach there in John Corey's first season, and then getting his job back here at the alma mater. big thanks to him. Always great stuff. We'll be seeing him on Wednesday for the wrestling playoffs coming up as well. Again, Laurel participating in the wrestling playoffs on Wednesday. But his Laurel Spartans victorious tonight by a score of 60-39. Two last piece of information we got to attend to. Let's start with our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Maley Chiropractic is proud to honor Tyrone Kunselman as today's Maley Chiropractic play of the game recipient for his putback at the end of the first quarter. That buzzer beater part of what was a 13-2 Laurel Spartan run. So Tyrone Kunselman, your Maley Chiropractic play of the game. He's got his customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of being named today's Maley Chiropractic play of the game. You can view your full list online at lcsportsnet.com. Click on awards. You might even see that put back on social media tonight as well at lcsportsnet.com. Congratulations, Tyrone Kunselman, your Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game. Your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Now, no choice here for Mason Ernst. 23 points to lead all scorers tonight. Also close to double-digit rebounds, we estimate, and 5 or 6 assists as well. Mason Ernst, your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Lawrence County SportsNet and MVP Insurance are proud to honor Mason as today's MVP of the game. He also just got a customized t-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in honor of being today's MVP of the game. Again, you can get the full list of game MVPs at lcsportsnet.com. Click on. Congratulations to Mason Ernst of Laurel, your MVP Insurance MVP of the game. Call MVP for the win. So again, Spartans right back in action as they will be taking on Cochranton tomorrow before they finish out their section play. Rochester, Southside, and Western. 3 games. You don't want to pencil them in as wins, but those are ones against the bottom 3 in the section that they would be expecting to win. And then the big Neshannock game on the 3rd in there as well. That will be the game of the year for sure there in Spartan country. Get there plenty early for that one there. Luckily, we got the Crow's Nest to be able to cover that one. Shenango now at 5-5 in section play. They will be tied in 4th with Union in the section, and they will travel to Scotland Lane to take on the Scotties on Tuesday before finishing up with games against Olsh and Western in the section to end the year. Well, there you have it. Your final score again one last time at 60-39 Laurel over Shenango. Big thanks again, Darren Heberlin and Rob Nattell working the cameras for us here tonight. Our producer, Matt Flannery. Great photos as well coming your way from Heather Walzer and something for your wall photography. For the entire Sportsnet crew, my broadcast colleague tonight is Eric Thomas. I'm James Dotson. So long and stay tuned. More action coming next week. Stay tuned on social media. Don't know what's going to happen. We're currently scheduled for a Newcastle basketball on Monday. May get postponements there. And then we'll have the Shenango against Union game on Tuesday, wrestling championships on Wednesday, and much more coming your way as well later in the week on the network. For the entire crew, I'm James Dotson. So long. You've been listening and watching on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Stay warm and stay safe, everyone.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.